Hi, I'm Stacey Ross. Now, anyone who witnessed the recent riots in Vancouver can understand likely how dangerous it is to be a law enforcement officer. And that's true whether this enforcement officer has 2 legs or 4. Tonight on Island 30, we'll tell you about new steps taken to protect police dogs. Law enforcement officers come in all shapes and sizes: tall, short, male, female, 2-legged and 4-legged. Tessa Humphreys joins us now to tell us about a new law that will soon be implemented to protect police dogs and the police officer responsible for that law.
Oh boy, come on, bud.
Out of the car and ready to work. Constable Whitaker and his partner Brock train every day for real-life situations.
Brock knows when we're working and when we're not. Good boy! Has a tremendous appetite for the job, loves what he's doing. Very easy to partner up with because he's so motivated.
And while policing is a dangerous job for officers, it's equally as hazardous for the dogs they work with.
Brock's been assaulted while he's been sent to apprehend criminals. He's my partner. He's sent on my behalf. And we do apprehend criminals at times that are violent and do take out that violent tendency on the animals that are sent to apprehend them.
But up until recently, officers worried about the safety of their canine partners. Of 32 dogs killed nationally, 14 have been from BC.
One of the resounding concerns we had as we met at different points of the year was that there was absolutely no recourse when our animals were injured or killed. Sit.
So in January of this year, Whitaker decided it was time for the provincial government to legislate changes.
I thought it was a great idea. I mean, this has been a long time in coming. I personally wanted this to happen about 15 years ago. There's been federal legislation that we've tried to have amended several times over the past 5 years. A guy named Pete Nazaroff from the RCMP has been working federally to get that done, and we haven't been successful at that level. So to go at it at the provincial level, which is what Constable Whitaker's done, it was fabulous.
And on June 2nd, the new law was passed.
What it does now is creates a provincial statute within the province of British Columbia that if anyone is convicted of harming, injuring, or killing a law enforcement animal, they could face up to 2 years in jail and or up to a $75,000 fine.
The new penalties make BC the toughest province in the country when it comes to animal cruelty. Law enforcement animals are seen as partners rather than tools. And I'm about to find out firsthand just how important Constable Whitaker's partner can be.
We can say that I've robbed a bank, you've given me the warning, I'm running off and I'm not stopping.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Yes, police, last warning, stop pushing the dog.
Not only used for apprehension, Brock is also needed for other situations.
Brock's also trained to find articles stemming from criminal events. He can search buildings, compounds, large areas in a matter of minutes that would take a group of officers perhaps several hours to accomplish.
Boy, out.
I'm okay.
He's also trained in the detection of narcotics, so Brock is trained to find all hard and soft drugs.
Give me your hands.
The new legislation came into effect in just 7 weeks.
I was absolutely shocked. I've been around police work and politics for a long time, and to have anything go through and come to fruition that quickly is unbelievable. He got the right people in place, and that was really what it took. Is once we had the right people in place, this thing all fell together and went together like a bunch of dominoes. So yeah, he did an excellent job.
Well, Constable Whitaker has always been very passionate about his job, especially with police service animals, and his partner Brock. And we are extremely proud of Jason that he had a role to play in this, and I'm not at all surprised. It's just the kind of officer that he is.
It's a huge accomplishment for the Saanich Police Department.
This is a fantastic endeavor. To have a law in place that's going to help protect these animals just means the world to all of the canine handlers and to the police community in general.
Good boy.
For Constable Whitaker, the bond he has with Brock is irreplaceable.
A very, very close bond. I see him as my equal. We are a team. We're a partnership. I take Brock home with me. He is a part of my family. He's the best partner I've ever had. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him, and I know in turn there's nothing he wouldn't do for me.
Thanks very much, Tessa. People from all over the world, spend time in Victoria, staying at the Empress perhaps. Now on Island 30, we continue our series on immigration and culture, introducing you to someone who has never stayed at the Empress, a young woman from Russia. Her name is Veronica. Veronica Smelov sings about the river in her hometown in Russia, a town she left 4 years ago when she and her husband immigrated to Victoria.
It's city same size like Victoria. It's capital city too, not very far from Moscow. I worked for National Museum of Fine Art, and I used to be a DJ on the local FM radio station. Oh, yes, and I lost all of it.
Veronica's husband was educated and lived for a time in the U.S.
He one day suggested me that we should immigrate to Canada and try this lifestyle. He thinks that Canadian systems, he is a professional librarian, works better than Russian systems, and he likes this style. It's a reason. It was professional reason.
He had a grasp of the language, a job, colleagues, but Veronica did not.
Immigration is kind of experience which very difficult to explain. It's like deliver the baby. How to explain? You can give all details, but it wouldn't be clear for people who didn't do that.
In spite of the sadness she felt leaving her close family and friends, she sees this experience as a challenge, and she's risen to it. She has a child, a son, Andre. She volunteers, and of course she sings in 2 choirs.
It was a very good way for me socialize, go out, because it's very easy to stay at home 1 day, week, months, and communicate just with people who speak same language.
Andre's arrival has also helped Veronica adjust to her new life.
My son, when he was born in Canada, he helped me too, because I started to go outside in places with another moms and communicate and be involved in this children's world. It was so great.
It was so great, she even suggested motherhood to a struggling immigrant friend.
I recommend her. Okay, have a baby. It make your life very interesting. You wouldn't have time to worry a lot, because when you immigrated, you are rethinking about a lot of things which you have and leave behind. Try to be positive and find what I really can appreciate in Canada, because life is go on. Go on, is correct?
That's right. What a charming young woman. Much more still to come on Island 30, including this.
I'm Pollard, Mayfair fashion stylist. Join me later on Island 30. I'm going to give you lots of style ideas for your office attire.
Welcome back. Well, it's the time of year that makes it sometimes very difficult to go into the office, but Pollard, our fashion guru, is here to tell us what we should wear when we head to work. Bonnie?
So when the warm weather does come, one of the hardest things is, what do I wear for work? It's so hard, we don't want to dress up, but we have to still look professional. So the question is, what is actually appropriate? Let's look at some style ideas that we can mix and match with our existing suiting pieces, but to give it a little bit of our more summer casual influence as well. Now, lots of linen blazers like the one that I'm wearing right now. It's more of a boyfriend style blazer. This one actually is from Le Chateau. This is another simple style from Talbot's. Again, hip line length. This type of blazer also looks fabulous with shorts and dresses up. So no matter what type of look you're doing, whether it's casual or formal for the office environment, you can really work with a linen blazer. I like this type of styling as well for office, a little more loose peasant type style, teamed up with a capri. I love to work with my neutral capris and then really play my colors and patterns up top. This is a Le Chateau combination, and it would look fabulous pulling some of the yellows or creams out with either sweaters or scarves or accessories that way. This is another great idea, taking your suiting pieces of your classic navy combinations and adding a little bit more of a denim casual style. This is a subtle pinstriping one from Olsen Europe. And I've paired it here with a long Bermuda walking short. Now, shorts are fine for office as long as they come down to the knee length. So think of your hemline that's suitable as skirt length and follow the same line for your shorts. Shorts I also love to wear with really nice wedge heels or a little bit fancier heel. Gives it a little bit dressier idea. Another great idea is working with pops of color and really interesting details with your summer blazers. The other idea is to take lots of texture into it. You'll notice this is almost a tweed type texture, but very lightweight in fabric as well. It is lined, but more with a cotton lining, so it breathes really well for summer. Of course, with your summer office attire, it's great to also add in some bunches of colors and really lightweight. You notice instead of a fitted shirt, it's more of a looser waistline, and that gives a really nice breezy. This type of sleeve, of course, you do need to wear a shrug or else a jacket over top for a lot of office environments, but it's still good. Now another one is stripes, and a lot of stripes this season are going the right direction. This is actually a slight diagonal line, which is fabulous. But you'll notice with this would be fabulous for your personal wardrobe, for it might be a little low cut for your work wardrobe. So let's take a little camisole or a bandeau top underneath and give it a little bit more coverage. Again, it's sleeveless, so add a little jacket or sweater with it, and it's very office appropriate. Why not have another bold classic blazer, but in a strong color pop? This goes great, especially if you've got a really dominant neutral closet. This is fabulous. And from all the other episodes you've seen that I'm strongly a believer on white this season. And here's again another classic piece. Look at the texture of the styles that you're going to find, and that's a really good way to bring some pop into your summer wardrobe. So for office appropriate, just make sure that it's the right hemlines, it's lots of layer pieces, bringing out a good professional look, but still mixing your casuals in as well.
Oh, the Songhe's a great place to do a little walking, stay in shape, and speaking of being fit, let's head down to Club Phoenix and check in with Tamara.
Pretty impressive, isn't it? That's called a pistol squat. And don't get me wrong, I didn't start being able to do that exercise. But there are ways that we can teach you and everybody how to do that exercise, starting with a box, a bench, or a chair. When you're doing that exercise, you're going to be using a lot of your glutes, a lot of your hamstrings, and a lot of your back. So we want to first teach those muscles how to fire. So what we're going to do is you're going to sit yourself down on a chair or a stool or a bench, whatever is the best you have around, and we're going to teach yourself how to use your glutes. Now this looks very simple, but the truth of the matter is, it's not. Most people, when they stand up like this. We don't want to do that. We want to force your heels down, pull your chest up, and come up together in the middle. So for those of you who are just starting out, this is how you would start to learn to do that exercise, okay? The next level up is doing that with one leg. Start in the seated position, bring one leg forward, and power yourself up, okay? Lower yourself down, pull your chest up, drive your heel down, and power yourself up. When you come up, you want to really lock those glutes into place. Do this exercise several times, even with weight, until you feel your balance and everything coming together for this exercise. Once you feel safe there, then you put the stool aside and move on to the more challenging of working on your balance, lowering yourself down to where you can control it, and then standing up. Your range of motion will increase, and so will your strength as you're going through this range of motion. Do not go down so far that you have to pivot forward. You want to focus on form, shoulders back, abs are tight, weight in your heel, so that eventually you'll be able to go all the way down and all the way up. All the way down and then all the way up. The key to this one is keeping your core tight. Keep your weight in your heel and don't give up. It is a challenging exercise, but it's so worth it for those glutes, for the quads, for the core, and for the back. Get out there and give it a try, Victoria.
Thanks, Tamara. Now see these guys? They're lovely, our national bird after all, but you know what? They do pose a hazard or two, particularly on the golf course. Speaking of golf, it's time to check in with our wise quacks and continuing their series on golf. Gentlemen?
Last week we wanted to give you the top health benefits of golfing, but we only got as far as four. Four. Why was that, Rob? That's right, because we got scared and left when we heard that one. But we're going to finish this off now and tell you why we're here at the beautiful Bear Mountain Valley course on the 19th hole, which is a betting hole. This is the only 37-hole golf course that Nicholas has done in North America. And we're
37?
37. This is the 19th. This is the 19th.
18.
Yeah. Anyways, we're at the 19th hole. We're betting, and Rob and I have a bet that he can basically put two words together to help finish this little segment we're going to do here. So we want to finish off what were the top benefits of golfing from a health perspective. Rob, we got 5 left. Go ahead.
Can too. There's 2 words right there.
There you go.
Okay, well, let's see. What did we talk about last time? Oh yeah, the golf benefits, health, yes, right. Well, it improves our memory, believe it or not. It powers up our brain. We need the... Well, I think it wards off dementia I read somewhere, something about that. Because the blood circulation, and actually during golf we have to use like concentration and strategy and bending of our joints, and,
it's good for your
and it
knees.
helps like that sort of thing. So
Absolutely.
it's good for our brain to golf.
Yep.
Helps. Can too.
And we know, of course, that...
See, helps.
Good thing I had a plate in there. Holy jeez, that was hard. So it's a safe sport usually, and it does help with your language. Vocabulary skills we know increase your brain health, your mental health increases as you learn more words. And golfing here at Bear Mountain helps you to increase your vocabulary, even if it is from, I don't know, the lexicon of an inebriated sailor's vocabulary, or just being able to say the words mulligan, mulligan, mulligan again and again. You know, it's good for your vocabulary and your brain, that part of the brain, to develop better.
Well, of course, it's a great way to exercise. If you think about it, you're out in the course for over 4.5 hours, and you're walking between fairway, well, not really fairway. You're more in the rough, to the bunker, to the puddles, and getting out of the way of your partner's shots. And that's about a 6-mile walk when all is said and done. And that uses up about 1,400 calories. 1,400 calories, which is a fantastic way to exercise.
You sleep
I'm
better.
out of breath now.
Yeah, no. You sleep better when you golf. You know, some people, you get up 5:30 in the morning, you go golfing, and in the middle of the day, when other people are having a hard time sleeping in the boardroom, you know, golfers sleep beautifully. We get in that boardroom, doesn't matter what they're talking about, we get a great rest. And that's another benefit of golfing.
Yeah. So come out and play around. And if you need to find a doctor, we're out here.
Yeah.
Bear Mountain.
Yeah, are we?
Beautiful downtown Langford.
That's right. This is we're supposed to be in the office today. We're supposed to be in surgery, but we're really here. Thanks.
Now they're cute and all, but I definitely prefer the wise quacks to the wise geese. Much more still ahead on Island 30, including Gordy Tepper with us.
Hey, thanks, Stacy. We're out boating in the harbor. I'm in the Harbor Patrol boat with one of the Harbor Patrol guys, Rick, here, and he's letting me drive the boat. How crazy is that? Anyhow, if we all survive, we'll be back when Island 30 continues. You scare me like that?
You know, one of my favorite parts about Victoria is its busy working harbor. But you know what? They weren't too busy to give Gordy Tepper a job. Here he is with his job of the week.
Every day, Rick Gonder goes to work in the most beautiful environment in the world, Victoria's Inner Harbor. Rick mans one of the 2 Transport Canada patrol boats. Where visitors pay big money to be out on the water, he gets paid for doing what he loves.
Everything okay? You know, you got everything you need.
But there's lots of responsibility, like keeping everyone in the right place at the right time. Now, people wandering around the harbor probably don't appreciate it, but there's all kinds of lanes in the harbor, aren't there?
There are. There's designated vessel traffic lanes, as you can see now. There's 5 yellow buoys in the middle harbor, and they signify where the vessel traffic lane is. And out on our port side in the middle of the harbor, opposite Fisherman's Wharf, is runway Alpha, which runs east-west.
His favorite part of the job is speaking with the boaters, and he knows all the regulars.
How's the fishing today?
A little bit of a slug today. We were into 3 or 4 fish out there.
And with dozens of float plane movements,
he's going to come in over us.
Everyone had better know where to be and what speed to go. Do you get to write speeding tickets?
No, we don't. We don't have the authority to write tickets.
Can you shoot them?
No. Well, we do shoot them with a radar gun that the RCMP works with us, and they do have a radar gun that reads in knots.
And Rick has a bit of experience in that area, having been with the Saanich Police for many years previously.
Usually if there is an incident, we will be first on the scene. We do not take command of a scene. We wait until the appropriate authority arrives, whether it's police, fire, or Coast Guard.
I have to believe that the fun part of the job would be the strange questions that boaters ask you when they pull into the harbor.
That is, and quite often they're looking for the nearest washroom or the pump out station.
And it's amazing how quickly your situation can change with all the traffic.
You've got a plane coming in and vessels maneuvering at the same time. It can happen very quickly. Unfortunately, when you're up in the wheelhouse on the bridge of a vessel, you may not hear a plane coming in behind you, so that's why we're here to let people know. And oh, beautiful. What kind of a fish is that?
That's a Chinook spring salmon.
And the client from Tulsa, Oklahoma seemed to be enjoying his day on the water too.
How's the fishing in Tulsa?
Not like this.
The special part of his day is visiting with Stella, the harbor dog.
I know Stella. I know Stella.
Rick's job seems ideal, but hey, there's got to be a downside.
For me, not getting enough time on the water. I love the job, and I wish it was year-round, but it's just we just work from May to October.
Well, you can tell Gordy's in charge. That plane's been circling around in here for hours. That's a wrap for our show tonight. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Stacey Ross. We'll see you soon. We'd love to hear from you. Send us your story ideas by calling 250-480-3767 or drop us an email at island30@checknews.ca.